number 9, 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 number 9.
Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn. It is that fear has a new face. Fear has a new face. This was picked up by me at a store that it was freely available as a brochure to customers about some local event, like some Halloween nonsense. Well, not nonsense. Some people like that stuff, but more to the point is an item in the local newspaper, Champaign-Urbana News Gazette, dated October 12th, 2016. I'll try and hold it up there. It's a small item. Ronald McDonald keeping low profile. From Associated Press. McDonald says Ronald McDonald is keeping a low profile with reports of creepy clown sightings on the rise. McDonald's Corporation said Tuesday that it is being, quote, thoughtful in respect to Ronald McDonald's participation in community events, end quote, as a result of the, quote, current climate around clown sightings in communities. And if you do a YouTube search on clown sightings, you get a lot of people that are hoaxers and they think they're doing the Blair Witch Project. They think it's all very funny. But if you look further, you'll find some solid news reports on the subject, and they seem not to be able to really understand what it is.
Well, people living in Greenville, South Carolina are being warned about a group of clowns that are trying to lure kids into the woods.
Came back, was like, it's a clown, it's a clown. So everybody was like, no, it's not, no, it's not. They went and got other kids and all of them come back, then they come back crying. So we was like, all right, it must be something in the woods.
Right there at that tree back there.
Nat Arnold's mom is watching over him a little closer these days.
This is ridiculous. We got kids out here in this community.
That's after he came running home, saying he'd seen something strange in these woods.
One of them has all white face with black stars on around his eyes, and then one of them has a clown costume on and has red hair.
Clowns hidden through the trees.
There was clowns running in the woods telling the kids that they had candy and they would give it to them if they
This incident report
there.
shows that residents have heard chains banging on their doors, that the clowns have tried to lure children, and that they're running around the property, creating fear in these children's eyes.
That somebody's gonna try to get me.
And frustration in the parents.
I'm at the point now, my kids are scared to even go to sleep.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. This next story may sound familiar. There's been a wave of creepy clown sightings across the southern U.S., and now apparently it's creeping into Kentucky.
Now that latest sighting comes from Laurel County. We also have received reports from clown sightings in Pulaski County. WKYT will be speaking with police on this matter later today.
And we'll have more for you later today on WKYT News as we look into that.
We have seen outside in the county a couple of incidents. Deputy Flood will be speaking to you all about just the nature of those incidents. We have had 3 inside the city in the Pleasant Valley, P-Valley, Shemwood area. And we have had a 4th one last night in around Congaree and Halton, which is kind of over behind the mall, as many of you know. So we have had different descriptions on the ones in the city. We've had African American males described, we have had unknown descriptions, and we have had white male description last night. So what we don't know is, one, whether we have one or two people who are doing this repetitively, or two, whether or not we have multiple individuals doing it either for fun.
So what is it? What these clown sightings? Some of them are copycats, some are hoaxes, some are idiots that think they're being funny, but underneath there's something unexplained. And I theorize, or have theorized in previous Popcorn News webcasts, that it can possibly be tied into such things as the real incident of the Piper of Hamelin of 1284 AD, later embellished into a story, but having a core incident where 130 children were lured out of town by a clownish figure, and they disappeared into the side of a mountain and were never seen again. This also reminds me possibly of a tangential connection to folklore from Ireland, Scotland, the so-called Celtic nations. And there's a book published originally in 1911, The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries, by W.Y. Evans Wentz. And of course, in these stories, a lot of times, some mysterious, one of the little people, so-called, comes and lures away children. But here's one account. A fairy's visit. Quote, "Yes, I have," in answer to a question if he had heard of people being taken by the, quote, good people, end quote, or fairies. A fairy woman visited the house of a young wife here in Barra, B-A-R-R-A, and the young wife had her baby on her breast at the time. The first words uttered by the fairy woman were, "Heavy is your child." And the wife answered, "Light is everybody who lives the longest." And to this the fairy woman said, "Were it not that you have answered my question and understood my meaning, you should have been less your child." And then the fairy woman departed. And lest some people who are not as smart and educated as they think they are laugh this all off, consider what William Butler Yeats is quoted as saying in The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries. William Butler Yeats, the great Irish poet, is not a lightweight. To my recollection, he received a Nobel Prize. His scholarship is profound, not according to lockstep, where you just little scholars follow a bread trail of grant monies and prestige, but he went his own way, and this is what William Butler Yeats wrote to the author of The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries. "I am certain that it exists and will someday be studied as it was studied by Kirk.